what does it actually look like? I think that from a business community standpoint, um, oftentimes we think if supportive is like, well, I give you money or I give you referrals. And that's actually a massive leap. And so I wanted to make a list of, well, what are some actions that are some sort of scaled version of trust? You know, at the beginning, you don't know each other. I can't quite, refer Quinn the first time I meet him as a financial planner, because my cousin or my aunt or my neighbor is also a financial planner. But as I get to know him and see what he does, that builds up. So there's a scale of trust, but that doesn't mean I can't introduce him or at least know what he does. And so I just want to go through this list here quickly, because I think one of the things that Jeremy talked about was on there, and that's reviewing each other's business. So the first step is, and I think this also overcomes discrimination, or that accidental discrimination, is really knowing each other by name. So making sure that if you don't know somebody at an event, that you make that introduction and introduce yourself. If you're one of those people who has that capacity, then I think that makes a big difference. Then turn around and make those introductions to other business owners, and in this way, I think we get to know each other. I think if we follow each other on social media, there's then creates all kinds of opportunities for that moment of, hey, would you share this? If every business owner is connected on LinkedIn, or if we're, and I think that Jeremy touched on this as well, there is a moment where we decide to be, to promote the community just because we're part of this community. We're a member of this community. So we say as a community, hey, this is who we are. And that kind of energy draws people forward. And so I think that's really the first barrier that we need to overcome, is to have that idea. And that's not to say that we're not already supportive. I don't want to, make it seem like New West isn't already a supportive community, but I just have these higher aspirations. Have a hashtag that we can use to share, so that we can monitor and help each other. Having fun together, I think, is a great way to build relationships. Don't need a lot of fun to do that, or a lot of trust to do that. And it was one of the values that I fought for when I was on the board of the chamber, was that we have fun. Business owners say why we can buy from one another's business. And that really goes to the next step. So if I get to know Quinn or Jeremy, I understand what their offering is. And so I can explain why, oh, you got to talk to Jeremy. He's got this new roots. It's really about helping people have a better experience in New West, and give that reason of why they want to have that conversation. Know each other's elevator pitch. And then we go to the next level, which is collaboration, where you begin to share each other's posts. And I think providing honest feedback. Rich talked about that with his program, Level Up My Brand, where he got the feedback so that he could make it better. And I think that honesty is a gift, and it's sometimes rare to come by. And you can value people who really tell it like it is, but it's not easy to be criticized. And so, but when we get that honest feedback of, this is why it's not working for me, or this is why I couldn't refer you, it really gives people an opportunity to grow. So that's another, I think, an element that can really help our community be more supportive. Talk about sharing knowledge and sharing best practices. If there's ways we can save money together, hey, I got this great deal on swag from Rich Patterson. It's all about, Dr. Bonnie Henry t-shirts and masks. Then, that's one thing. Where can you get the good deals? Leverage our email distribution to promote each other's businesses. There's this great idea about creating little distribution groups, whether it be 1, 2, 5, whether either your competitors or non-competitors. Getting together with those groups, it really can expand that. And I think there's a real opportunity for businesses, the arts, and the not-for-profit community to really work together in that way. Each of them have their own communities, and having some reciprocal support in that area can make, I think, a massive difference. And then I think you've got that next level, which really transforms a person's business, and where you start to attend events, you buy tickets, you collaborate together on promotional initiatives in the newspaper or paid initiatives. Collaborate on events, you buy from each other, you refer business to each other, and then maybe even invest in each other's business. And I think that there's, levels from, I just met this person, I can learn their name and introduce them, to, it's going to take a whole nother level of trust for me to invest in Jeremy's business. But ultimately, what I see is that these are the measurements of how we'll know if we have created a supportive community. And I wanted to share that list with you all. Hopefully that maybe inspires you. But this to me is the list, or at least the starting list that I'm using to see how I'm measuring against that success. How New Westminster, is it the most supportive business community in the world? And I think a large part for me is, what's not on that list is that there's a diversity of individuals who know each other. That there's a reach across maybe a divide, and I think that's something that is we have a real opportunity to, and another way we know that we're a connected and supportive community, that that diversity is represented.